Happy Friday, everybody. Just going to start off standing up. So come to your mat. Feet about hip width apart. Just spread the toes and really sink down into the soles of the feet and feel that weight nice and even across the feet. So say this quite often. If you lean forward, you put strain on the back. In the back, you put strain on the front body. So try and just find that equilibrium. Yeah. Take a few breaths here, roll the shoulders, just relax. And just come to standing still. And observe the natural breath. Keep the knees a little bit soft, slide the tailbone down towards the floor and roll the shoulders again. Just going to start moving, just loosening up the spine. So you can look behind you, but if that is knocking you off balance, just keep your gaze focused on the tip of the nose. So keeping the knees soft and keeping the hips facing the front, yeah? And feel that spine just gently release any tension, any resistance. And just come back to the center and then just roll the shoulders and give the shoulders a little shrug. And then just swing the arms back and forward. Arms facing each other, keep the knees soft. And now I'm just going to bend the knees, inhale up, exhale, bend the knees, and take the arms up behind. So inhale up, exhale down, relax the neck, stretch the arms up. One more time, inhale up, and exhale down. And then come back, and let's do another little palm tree posture. Right leg out, 45 degrees, the left leg turns all the way in onto the ball of the foot. And inhale, swing the arms up and twist. Swing on the exhale to the left. So you're not placing the arms, you're just swinging freely. Nice and easy. Nice and fluid in the arms. So warming up the body, warming up not just the muscles, not just the joints, but the cells, preparing the cells to take in oxygen. And now I'm just going to come back up and down and hang. Relax the neck, drop the arms down, and just hang right down, shrug the shoulders, and just take random movements in the neck. And then take the feet a little bit wider, maybe about shoulder width, and then just sweep round. Keep the knees bent, sweep round, and feel that lovely stretch right across the low back at the sacrum, relaxing the neck. And slowly come up, and then feel that stretch across the back of the waist. Keep the neck relaxed. Slowly uncurling up and feeling that stretch moving higher up the back. Feeling the stretch in the back of the shoulders. And just make sure your jaw is relaxed. And come all the way up. Back up to the top, shake out. Shake out the legs. And do some more for the neck and shoulders. So taking the feet just comfortably apart, spreading the toes, take the hands on the hips. And then just making sure that your head is aligned above your shoulders. So if you're like this, you want to lift up and back and hold. And really feeling that movement coming from the very top of the spine, the occiput. Just twisting, so we're just releasing C1, C2. First and second cervical vertebrae. So when we stand with the head out of alignment, we've got a massive amount of strain on that particular part of the spine. That's C1, C2. And then come back, chin to chest, and round to the right, lifting the right shoulder slightly, then down to the center, over to the left, making semicircles. And then back up and then back. So it just goes back as is comfortable. Semicircles again. So it's nice and relaxing. And I've been doing these every day because I have a bit of tightness around the shoulders, around the neck. I'm trying to fit this into my practice every day. And then come back and just shrug the shoulders again. And then just take a big stretch, clasp the hands, palms facing out and up towards the ceiling. So palms are still facing up. Keep the knees soft. Stretch up the back body. If you can, take the arms behind the armpits, that's fine. Don't worry about trying to shrug the shoulders up when you do this. Stretch up the front body and the back body, and then a little bit of a side stretch. But it's more about the length on this right side as you stretch over to the left. Back to the center and stretch the other way. One more on each side. And then release the hands and just take the arms back and go into a slight back bend. Keep the knees nice and soft, push down into the feet. Even distribution of the weight on the fronts and backs of the feet. And top of the chin, and then just bring the arms back down and give them a good shake out, shrugging the shoulders, releasing the legs. And then come back down, so inhale, exhale, hands down, and we'll come into a plank. So what we're going to do is just on the knees to start with. I'm just going to come back and forward. So what I like to do is make this a 4-part movement with 2 complete rounds of the breath. So we inhale as we move, keeping the shoulders back and the elbows in. Inhale forward, exhale dip, just as far as you are comfortable. Inhale, push back. And exhale, sink all the way down, let the elbows come down, let the head come down, and feel a nice release in the shoulders again. And then start moving forward and dip. And you can experiment with taking the knees further away and giving yourself maybe a slightly more intense back bend. Just go to your own level. And then hold, roll the shoulders back. Just come down. And come back. Take a stretch in the low backs. Just go side to side. Tapping the pelvis. And then lifting and tucking as you go to the other side. And back to the center. And I'm just going to come down in a twist. So just the thing to be aware of is the closer your knees are to your hands, the more intense of a stretch this is as you go side to side. But the further away your knees are, the more intense it feels like almost going into a plank. And your knees might start sliding as well. So just feel that stretch around the hips, around the sacrum. Again, you can do this like the four-parter. So inhale as you move, exhale as you twist to the side. Inhale, move, exhale, twist. Come back, and then just release your arms. Feel any tension around the wrists. I'm going to do a bit more of this on the hands. So if you've got problems with your wrists, you might want to get your mat and just take a section of the mat. I'll change the angle of this. So just lift up a bit of your mat and then kind of roll it up and make a bit of a raise and then put the heel of your hand on that raise. So what you're doing is you're changing the angle of your wrist. Or make fists. Or you could even maybe try this on your elbows if you have to. So we're just going to come into a down dog. We're going to come forward with the knees bent. Keeping the elbows in. Back and forward. So just watch my elbows. If your elbows are like this, you maybe need to change the distance between your hands and your feet or something, just to make sure that you're keeping your elbows in. And what that does is has the effect of rolling the shoulders down and bringing the work that we're doing to the upper core rather than hanging off the shoulders. So it's really important because a lot of people get sore shoulders and the practice may actually make it worse. Nothing wrong with practice, just make sure that you are staying in your comfort zone. So as soon as you bend your knees, it has that effect of tucking in so that you are keeping that core nice and strong. So you should feel this instantly working the core. And come down. And again, just release your arms, release your wrists, rest for a few breaths, either kneeling or in a comfortable position. Rest the breaths. I don't know if you can hear Harry snoring. Quite loud. We're going to come into a nice side plank. So the easy, simple way of coming into your side plank from a down dog or even from the knees is just turn the feet to the left. Right hand down, left arm up. So the top leg is in front of the bottom leg and get the hips stacked. If this is too much, you can take this top leg forward and just rest on it slightly. If it's not enough, you can come from here, it's a slippery mat, from here and take your top leg on top. So it's stacked nice and evenly. And then if you want, you can make a little starfish. Lift the leg up. Lengthen through the body, lengthen through the spine to give stability here. Lengthen through the arms and the legs. And then bring this leg over and come down. And rest. Release the shoulders. Take a few breaths. If you want to go straight into the other side, that's fine. If you want to take more of a rest, that's fine too. We want to feel like we've not lost control of the breath. We are picking up the heart rate a bit. We don't want to lose control completely. Just taking your time, coming to your side plank on the other side. Remember your options. Easy option, middle, harder. Keep the hips stacked and really stretch out the spine, the arms and the legs to stay stable. And then come down and release. Take the knees wide, sit down, take the shoulders down, relax the shoulders. And you can, if you want, take the arms behind, resting on the backs of the hands. But if you're feeling like you're pushing loads of weight down into the head, straighten the neck, bring the arms back round in front. And just feel that breath coming into the back and sides of the ribs. Filling up the lungs all the way down to the back of the waist. And take the hands around and just push yourself up. And then come back up. I'm going to do some sun salutes. So come to the front of the mat. So these might, So these might not be like sun salutes that you've done before. I'll demonstrate from the front and then I'll demonstrate from the side as well. So just come to the front of the mat, inhale, arms up, bend the knees, slowing down, relax the neck. Take the hands down and jump or step back into a plank. And then if you can, keeping the elbows in, come down or take the knees down. And then we'll lift up, roll the shoulders back, and then push back into your down dog. Take a few breaths here and then jump forward and just shake out the shoulders, come back and up. And that was a completely wrong angle. So just demonstrate again. No, I think that's too far forward. That is. And we'll do another few cycles. So just keep working, stop when you want to, have a rest. Restore the breath. We'll do a few. See how we feel. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keep moving here through your sun salutes. Do one more. Now I'll show you some options for picking it up a bit more. These are options, and the only thing that's not an option, is not optional, is breathing. So do what you can. Back. So keep working if you're working. I'm just going to release the spine and try and restore the breath a bit. Ready for taking it up a notch. An optional notch. What I'm going to do, and again, if you're watching your wrists, then this may not be suitable. I'll show you a couple of options here. We're going to come into plank and play in plank. Shoulder back, so you're in your plank. You can either just hold the plank, push the feet, the heels away from you, or if you want, you can do a little jump. If that's not happening for your wrists, you could just jump or lift one foot up and across the other. You could do some kind of in and out with the legs. And then when you're done, come down and up. Roll the shoulders back. Come back. Take a stretch. And then back to your down dog. So you could do another round like that. And I'm going to show you. Let's go down to low plank as well and maybe hold that as well. So it's a double whammy. Inhale, exhale. So you're in your plank. Do your extra thing if you want. And then from here, low plank and hold. Maybe just move the feet either on top, just a little bit, and then come down. Rest on the arms. Bend the knees up. Keep the legs to the right, facing to the left. Swap. And again. Other side. And back. Stop and push back. And just side to side. Spinal flex. And up to down dog. Let's take one leg up and across. Lift that knee and push that right foot sole the foot across to the left, and then come back, switch sides, bend, pop the leg and push, and lift the knee. So you should be feeling a stretch around the groins. And then just come back, jump forward. And back. Okay. So do doesn't work out, said hi. So do another one. This time maybe mixing it up a bit in that up dog, cobra, whatever you're in. So it's really important if you're doing your cardiovascular work, moving quickly, or even if you're doing higher resistance, your heart rate's going to start moving, your breathing's going to speed up, and it's really important to take intervals. Because when you're breathing like that, that means the cells are crying out for oxygen. It's really important for your immune system. Okay, let's do a couple more sun summits. Check the time. Okay. So come to the front of the mat again. Inhale. So bend the knees, push the arms up, take the hands down, gel back. And let's just come straight down into our cobra or upward facing dog, where you're just on the hands and the feet. And roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. And then just sink down and up. So I'm shrugging the shoulders to allow the hips down, the front of the thighs to come down. And up. And then come back down. Shake out the shoulders. Let's come up and just look, resting on the thighs, we just look left and right. And we release. So all the random movements you need, with shoulders, wrists, neck. So should we put all that together and do a hyper down dog. Let's do this. Really push the envelope, but just do what you can. Do what you need to do to work as hard as you feel you want to. So inhale, exhale. Inhale back, and then let's do a jump or alternatives. So then alternatives, just feel stepping the foot up, and then come down, hold the low plank, maybe jump. Come down and up to your up dog, up and down. And back, onto the elbows. Take a little stretch. We'll do another round like that. Jump. Exhale. Inhale. And release. One more. Just face you. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Jump. And down. Hold. And up. Let's look side to side. resting on the upper thigh, then lift and lower. And back. Rest on the elbows. Back. And then just come all the way back into a kneeling or uncomfortable rest position. Observe the breath. Take your heart rate if you want. Just breathe. Make sure the head is resting above the shoulders. A couple of standing poses. And I think I'm going to change this angle again. So just coming back into your down dog, I'm going to take the right leg up. Bend the right knee in, come forward. I'm going to come back and forward a few times. Inhale the leg out. Exhale and forward. Again. This time we're going to take that leg forward and step down into Parsvatanasana. Side stretch. So turn the back leg out a little bit, push down evenly into both feet. So if you lift the foot up so you're on the heel, you feel the weight getting pushed back onto that back leg, and then come back down. Stay here and feel that nice stretch up the back of the front leg. Relax, release. Pushing down into the feet as if you're popping some bubble wrap. And then turn the back foot out a little more. Maybe take the front foot further forward, bend the knee, and come up, scooping up from the low back, uncurling up to maintain that alignment in the lumbar curve. So coming up into your warrior one. Pushing down into the back leg and pulling that hip forward so that you have the hips level facing the front. And then take the hands back onto the hips and push. Again, just to emphasize that alignment of the hip and maybe intensify the stretch in the back leg. And then come down, straighten the legs. Come back down, take that back leg back to where it was. And then take your, so you've got your right leg in front, take your right hand inside the right leg, push down, take the left hand onto the back of the hip, twist the shoulder blade back, twisting from the chest. And then if you want to, you can take your arm up and then maybe gaze down at your front hand. So you've got that double twist going on, really lengthening through the spine. And then release. And then come back to down dog. And either rest in down dog, 2 breaths, or come all the way down into your child's pose, whichever you prefer. And take a little breather here. And then I'll try and remember that sequence on the other side. So we started lifting the back leg back and forward, and then we place the foot down, and then into Parasuttanasana, and then up into Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Let's do this. Okay, down dog, lift the left leg, bend the right knee as you exhale, take the knee to the chest, and then come forward, elbows in. And last one now. And then just take that front leg, that left leg forward and stay here. Remember when you lifted that onto that heel to push down into the back foot. And then we're into warrior one. So taking the back leg further back and further out to the side, bend the front knee, scooping up from here to avoid going into hyperlordosis in the lumbar curve. Arms up, or just at the waist and push that foot down to drag the hip forward so that the hips are aligned. Bend if you want, if it's there, and then take the arms down and push, especially that back leg. Push it forward, and stretch. And then straighten the legs, fold forward back to where we started. I'm going to do that open twist. So remember that back foot is not turned all the way out, it's just enough so that you can bend at the ankle. Left hand inside, right hand on the back of the hip and twist. Take the shoulder blade back. And then take the arm up. Arm down into a double twist. Twisting from the chest and then twisting from the neck. Lengthening through the spine. And release. Come back and rest. Either down dog or child's pose. Over there, we've got one more. We'll do the same movement of the leg in down dog. And then we'll do some lovely stretchy stuff. So from down dog. Oh, yeah. You're going to stop back over here. And into your down dog. Lift your right leg up. Bend the end, come forward. And this time place the leg down and slide the back leg away from you. Make sure it's not going out to the side. Make sure it's going straight down in a natural position, which would just be hips front down from where your hip is. And then let's just take the hands, elbows in and come down and up. Push up. Keep the sacrum level. Don't tilt. Don't twist. Just up and down. And maybe up onto the tips of the fingers if you need more of a stretchy back bend. And again, down. Down. And then see if you can come into more of a pigeon pose, just sinking down. Don't force anything. Just feel a nice stretch. You can rest on fists or all the way down onto your hands. And then just come back. And then back to down dog and just stay in down dog for a few breaths just to neutralise that hip alignment. I've done a bit of a stretch there in that right hip. So just get the legs together, the hip width apart, and just compare the difference between the leg you just stretched and the other one. Gazing towards the knees. With every inhale, push into the hands and push away and lengthen the spine. With every exhale, ground down into the heels. And then take the weight onto the left foot, lift the right leg, swing that leg forward, curl the knee right up to the chest and right forward and come down. And then just up and down. Maybe up onto the fingertips, or maybe not. And then come down into your pigeon pose. Next thing, enjoy that little stretch. And gently come back. Good, down dog. Just take a few breaths here. Come down onto child's pose if you want to. Keep the knees reasonably together. Just neutralizing that hip alignment. Arms behind or arms in front. And then just lift up slowly. All the way up. And I'm just going to do another little stretch. So maybe just a wide leg forward bend, just taking the legs out comfortably, as wide as you can. Now don't get hung up on this. Put as much as you need under your sit bones. You can be elevated a little bit, and that lift just gives you the gravity on your side to help forward. But the point is that we want to focus on grounding into the sit bones, grounding into the heels, and keep the legs quite strong. And just feel that push. And just feel the lightness in the upper body. We've got our sthira and we've got our sukha, the firmness and the ease. And just be aware of the base, the sit bones, the backs of the legs. And you can start thinking about coming forward, pushing down into the legs. Push back onto the sit bones. And just breath by breath. Don't worry about the destination, just be in your journey. And then as you inhale, breathe all the way down into the pelvic floor and feel that just releasing like the opposite of holding in the tongue. Pushing the hands down for more sthira. Lengthening through the torso as you inhale. Scooping belly in and folding forward as you exhale. And ready to just come back up. Just give the legs a little rub and move slowly here, bringing the legs back in, just up and moving side to side. Crack, crack. Crunch, crunch. That crunch in the knee, that was from the gym back in the day, back in the 80s, I think. There wasn't even any gyms then, there was just one gym in Edinburgh, good old Edinburgh Club, run by George Kerr and his wife Pauline, and George Kerr was a very judo champ. I think he coached the GB judo team, potentially, I think. Right, yes, so just come over, we're just going to do a nice, really super, super relaxing parasympathetic nervous system, PNS inducing movement. Okay, so if you can kneel, that's good. I mean, you could do this in cross-legged, you could even do it on a chair, maybe with another chair in front of you. So just let the knees come apart enough so that you can come down, yeah? If you've got a lockdown belly, you need to make some space. Okay, hands here and elbows in. So as we're moving up and down, I'm not seeing any of this. Elbows are staying in. I'm going to inhale in position. I'm just going to exhale and come down. Maybe taking the attention to the low belly. You can close your eyes if you want, all the way down. Draw head down. So we're in a slight spinal flexion, and then we just push up nice and straight. So there's no cat-cow going on here. There's a slight spinal flexion when we get here, and then we're pushing up with a straight spine on the inhale. Elbows in. Keep the hands as wide as you want, and keep the elbows in. When we do work that's maybe a bit more in that sympathetic region, where we do not maybe breathing heavy and faster and picking up the pace a bit, and then we go into relaxation, we get even more of a relaxation than we would if we just went straight into relaxing. So we get more bang for our buck. And then I'm going to give you chopper breath. If you want to just keep going up and down, that's fine. If you want to add chopper breath, that's fine. What we're going to do is just make choo-choo noises. Yeah? And go choo, 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 choo. So we choo-choo the breath all the way out, and then from there we can retain the exhale and just hold nice and gently, and then wait until your body needs to inhale. It might be right away, it probably won't be right away for the first few, and if it's right away all the time, that's fine, but at some point you might find that you've just got a beautiful place of stillness on that exhale that you can stay there and your body's in perfect equilibrium, perfect conservation of energy. Don't need to say, if you feel like you need to come up and take a few extra breaths, that's fine. Stay here, do a few more if you want to, and then just come into your relaxation position. Take whatever movements you feel you need, anything that you need to stretch out, shake, twist, move around, however you wish. And and just come down. So you can do legs up the wall. You can put a block underneath your sacrum. Maybe I should demonstrate that actually. Let me demonstrate that because it's still under the hour. I'm going to demonstrate legs up the wall. And I have a big sort of big skirting board, so this might not look quite right, but you're going to get a mat running perpendicular to your wall, and you're going to kind of imagine that you're sitting on the wall with your legs here and your body here, and that part of the hip is in more or less the center point of the mat. Yeah. So you need to have your torso going straight up. If your torso is leaning back, it's not going to work very well. So if you need to bend your knees to do that, that's fine. So get your bum right up to that wall. And then you just roll over onto your back and your legs are up the wall. And then you might want to start moving. I probably judged that wrong. So my bum would be right up against the wall, but it's up against the skirting. And then if you want to, you can take a rolled up towel blanket, maybe a cushion or a block, whatever you want. Cushion to the wall and lift. Yeah, so I'm lifting my hips. I'm putting this under my sacrum, just placing it wherever. I just stay here. You can take your legs out. You can have them here. You can have them here. This is nice actually. You can have your arms just resting on the thighs. You can have one hand on the lower belly, one hand on the upper chest, or just take the arms out like Shavasana arms. So you can be here, or you can just lie on the floor, or you could even just have a bed or a sofa or something and have your knees up. Just do whatever you want. It's Friday night. And on Monday, here in Scotland, it's all going to start opening up in the gyms, and we're going to be teaching yoga for Edinburgh Leisure. And excited and nervous all at once. This nice posture. If you're feeling like, oh my god, everything's crap, oh, there's no point even bothering, this is attitude reversal. I should have showed you this, it might be obvious. When you're ready to come down, you want to do the same thing you did to take the block away and then roll over. Stay here for 10 minutes, it's absolutely amazing. If you want to, just in relaxation. So I'm going to leave you there and say thank you and stay safe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support and comments that I've had on other channels. And stay safe. Have a lovely weekend. Namaste. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Bye. Have a good rest of the day and enjoy the weekend. Bye.